Hey guys, welcome back to Imperfect Fighters. I know it's been a minute.
Almost a month.
Almost a month, but you know how that this season is with going back to school and trying to get the...
We both went back to work physically.
Yeah, so we're back at work, we're back at school, we got football, we got cheerleading.
And Hannah started her own business. It's called Shades of Love.
Shades of Love.
She has a website. We're gonna put it in somewhere, either down here, up here, somewhere in the video. But she sells non-toxic lip glosses. I have one right here. And oh, sorry.
There you
go. No, it was right. Look.
Oh, there you go.
Anyway, she sells non-toxic lip glosses and scented nail polishes, and they smell really, really good. So check out her website. But that is why we kind of went on a hiatus with our videos, because
busy
life
season
hit us really hard and really quickly.
That's right. But we have a couple of episodes coming up next couple of weeks, new topics, some things. We have some guests coming in, and we just
trying to get back on the ball.
Trying to get back on the
get back on consistency.
Yeah. So today we're talking about...
So we're talking about why marriage, or why people say marriage is hard. I get that question a lot. We're like, oh, why does everybody always say marriage is really hard? So I figured we might as well just address it and really give a bigger picture and understanding why people that are married say marriage is hard, or marriage is hard work. So,
yeah.
Do I start or do you start?
You start.
Okay. What's that?
That's what? You start. You have the information where it's hard.
Oh, you don't have information?
I'm gonna get it. It's coming.
Here we go. So, from on my end, or what I've also noticed, like with other married couples, is okay. So the number one thing that I feel, as far as hard work in our marriage and what I've noticed in other marriages, like I'll just point out like the similarities, because I'm sure every marriage is different as to what makes it hard or hard work for them, is that when you're dating, you always want to look good. You always want to, you put in that work. Like, you want to look good all the time. I know for me, like my hair was always done. I was always at the nail salon, so my nails were always done. I always got pedicures and stuff like that when we were dating. And like kind of like when we got married, not right off the bat, but like I honestly, even with Genesis, I was actually still pretty good with like doing my own hair and like keeping myself up. It's when I had Hannah, it got a little bit more difficult for me, because I had to prioritize. So it was like, do I take care of myself and make sure that I'm looking good, or do I take care of the kids and make sure that they're clean and they're looking good? So for me, I kind of like pushed myself back and like, okay, you're not gonna shower this morning, maybe you'll be able to do it, and don't even start. Not gonna shower this morning, but maybe you'll get it in the afternoon or at the night, because you don't have time. Like sometimes it gets like overwhelming, like what you put, especially with my kids. Genesis and Hannah came like really close together. Like Genesis was only 6 months when I found out I was pregnant with Hannah, and she was born only 4 months after he turned 1. So I still had a baby. Like Genesis was still very needy. He was only 1, so he still needed me. I kind of had to like rush him off of nursing because I couldn't do it while I was pregnant, because he started making me contract. So like for me, it was like, okay, I have to just be a mom. And I've said that several times before, like I didn't get it on how to be a wife and a mom all at one time, all together. So for me, it was hard to keep myself up and be a wife and continue to put on that work on looking good for my husband and making sure that, you know, breakfast, lunch, and snacks and dinner is made for him, because I was trying to do that for my kids. And a lot of times in relationships, sometimes like the husband or your significant other can feel like you kind of just threw me away, and then that can cause issues if you don't know how to kind of like revamp or like try to get it back on track. So that's one of the main things where I find that marriage is hard work, is like actually continuing to be that hot girl that attracted him, and not like making him feel like I like kind of like pushed him to the side just for the kids, because it's like you have to remember that like it was us.
That's
like
right.
To get to this point, it was us. So you have
That's
to
right.
keep that us. You have to continue to put in that same work to, you know, look cute and put your nails on and, you know, smell nice when your boo comes over, the same way you was doing when you were dating.
Right.
And I think that is one of the main things that happens once you get married. You kind of, for me, it was like how do I do it? But sometimes people get comfortable and it's like, oh, I don't have to do that right now. Like, I'm tired. I have my kids. Like, that's my main priority. I don't have to do it.
Yeah.
So that's one of the big things I think when people say marriage is hard work, it's that like continuing to put in that work that got you to the point of marriage.
Yeah, I agree with you, and especially the point you said with comfortability, because for me, I think I consider it like a sweeping the dust under the rug analogy. If you don't put in the work, like if there's an issue, especially with like miscommunications and getting comfortable, it's like you're sweeping stuff under the rug. So it may be something light today, but if things keep piling up and then it gets worse and all that dirt piles up under the rug, that's when it gets worse, and things, then you have to go, you're at that point, you're gonna have to either, you know, get counseling, or it has to get to an extreme part in the marriage because you didn't address issues when it started small. So, you know, when you're, like you said, when you're dating, you're just like, you're on top of everything. You're just like, oh, you know, I didn't like this. You know, I either bring stuff up and you say, oh, you know, this is my girl. You know, you're on top of it. And then
you also, not to cut you off, I'm sorry, but also like when you're dating, usually you're not living together. So you have that little moment where like, okay, that was annoying, but you can just like, oh, I'm just gonna go home and take a moment and just breathe, and then when you get home, it's like, oh, it wasn't even that serious. So then you get over it. Now you're in a marriage or in a serious committed relationship. You guys are living together. Where are you gonna go? You can't go nowhere. So it just continues and it piles up, and you're just like mad, like, this person's getting on my nerves.
True.
So you don't have that time to just be by yourself and reset.
Yeah. And so like, I lost my point.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, great job. There's an issue, you know, like there's a day, there's something that's bothering you. You're just like, you shrug it off. Like, whatever, that's how she is, that's how he is. And so you don't put in that work to say, all right, let's sit down and talk it out. Let's clear it up. And so we can move on and have progress in our relationship. After a while, you're just like, oh, let it go. And you keep sweeping under the rug. And then it comes to a day where you know, blow up on each other because you didn't put that work in to have that communication, that time to talk things out, to say, hey, I don't like how you made me feel when you did this or that kind of thing. And so that you just shrug things off, and you're just like, I'm just gonna take the easy way at the moment, but it becomes a bigger problem. And so then you reach that point when you both are like, how did we get here? Because now, you know, because I'm now building up resentment because you're now frustrating me. So I don't want to talk to you, and now needs are not being met. So, you know, I'm not gonna supply your needs because you're annoying me. So your love languages of acts of service or words of
affirmation.
Words of affirmation. I'm not giving that to you because you're really annoying me. I didn't address those issues. I didn't put in that work to address those issues. And so now I'm not giving you those things, and you're not getting these things from me. And then what? Some other guy may be giving you those things, you know, and those kind of stuff. So that's why it takes it's a daily process in anything. You know, even with your job, for like those in like a medical field or those kind of jobs, you need certifications. You need to constantly have refresher updates of your things. Yeah. You know, you constantly have to be updated. Your even if you don't have those jobs, but your license and all those things, you have to constantly get updated. That's just like your marriage. You can't just say, all right, boom, we're married now, we can coast on this. It's like the person that you're with grows every day. You grow every day. And so you have to constantly, you know, get that refresher. Hey, you know, 10 years ago you liked the color green, but now that may not be your color. And so those kind of things is where you have to put in that work. Not saying like this is extremely hard work, it's unbearable, but it's just that you have to put in that
definitely
effort.
Shouldn't be unbearable where it's like you're dreading to come home to the person, and like it definitely should not feel that way. If it does, you do need professional help. Imperfect fighters can't help you.
No.
You need to seek professional help. It's the work, saying that you need to put in that work that you put in when you were dating. Also, like actually dating. Like I hear a lot of women usually complain about that like their husbands don't date them anymore. They don't ask them out on dates. They don't take them out. They don't like do little cute things like buying flowers for no reason, or like if you like a certain candy or something, like when you were dating, maybe the person just popped up, hey, I went to the store, I grabbed this, little things like that. Like my husband was saying, you get comfortable and you feel like you don't have to do these things anymore because you're married, because you got the person. Like I got what I wanted, so I don't have to do all these things anymore. But you still expect the other person to continue doing what they were doing to make you happy.
And a lot of times, you know, well, I'd say for guys, we're in the dating process, the courting process, trying to get with a girl. We're suave, we're doing all kinds of stuff. We're opening doors, we're traveling from here, there, doing all that kind of stuff, and then you get married and you're just like, I'm not doing that. I can't. You want me to grab something from the store? I ain't about that life. And so, you know, it happens, you know, because you feel like, especially if you feel like you're spending time like a good amount of men, not saying all, because some are lazy, but men are now focused in the mode of providing for the family. So they have to put in that time of work, say, hey, I'm sacrificing, I'm doing this for you. So you focus more on work and the money and everything, and then you're losing out. You're sacrificing on your marriage. Your marriage is sacrificing. So yeah, you may be able to put in that work and get the money and just buy nice things for your spouse, but you guys don't talk. You don't spend no time. You know, that kind of thing. And hey, that may be your relationship. You know, that may be for you, but you know, if you don't invest, it's the same way you make investments.
What may be for them to just not talk?
There's some people I'm just saying they're just more, if their thing is gifts, that their love language is gifts, and they just shower their girl with gifts, and that's how
that's okay.
That's
I'm saying okay. I thought you were saying like it's okay if
you're
giving them gifts and not talking.
No. That's the easy way. That's the easy way to describe the thing. But I'm saying some people that is, so if there's girls that's their love language, they feel like they're getting love from their husband, and
because they're getting the gifts.
Gifts, and he's just, hey, you know, I got this for you, whatever. That's maybe for them.
One of my coworkers, she was saying how her and her husband went out to eat and they didn't say one word to each other, but she kind of like was just like, that's how long we've been married, that we don't even need to talk. And in my head I was just like, what? I was like, so you're telling me that because you were married for so long that you don't talk to each other? To me, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, I feel like no matter how long you've been married, you still should be able to have dinner and sit down and talk and have a conversation. So that was like that was weird to me. That it was like, oh, we've been married so long that we don't even talk. And I think that's that's a problem.
Yeah.
You get too comfortable and you feel like you don't even need to have a conversation with your significant other. Like, why would you sit there? We always find that so weird when we go to dinner and then there's like another couple and they're just sitting there and just eating and not saying not one word to each other. Like, legit, we're laughing at you. Like, if you ever see us in a restaurant and you're one of those couples not talking, we're definitely laughing at you. Because it's like, what are you together for if you can't even have a conversation and enjoy each other at dinner? That makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's just they're just going through the motions at that point.
And what's the point?
Yeah.
It makes it, I don't know. Sorry, being judgy, I guess. Yikes. Whatever, you be right there with me judging. You be right there with me. Hater.
Hey, listen. I'm at that date trying to, do my thing. And I ain't worried about other people.
You're lying. You're lying, because there's been many times where Patrick will notice something like, oh, they're fighting over there, or they're arguing over there.
Oh, some entertainment.
Catch my attention.
There's some entertainment. I ain't gonna, I'm gonna try to catch a little entertainment, a little fight going on.
Here we go. Anyway, so yeah, you have, what did we list already? Not keeping yourself up, like maintaining yourself.
Yes.
You got to put in that work to maintain yourself. You got to put in the work to not get too comfortable and continue to date each other. Like, put in that same effort and dating each other and keeping it fresh.
That's right. And when you don't do those things, you open up doors for things to enter in, like other people entering in. It could be either friends, that will try to give you advice. Oh, he ain't that kind of thing. You have in-laws that will try to get in a relationship. That opens up doors for that. Then you have other, the opposite sex that will try to get in and provide the things that you're not getting because that work wasn't put in. And so that opens up doors because, hey, you're not talking to me, for example, that you're not talking to me, but there's somebody at work, there's somebody at, in the gym, whatever, that's giving me that conversation. So now you're not excited you start thinking about that other person because
you get that excitement, that flutter for someone else.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, your relationship is about the excitement. So when you were dating, you're like, dang, I can't wait to get off work and go see, go see her, whatever, that kind of thing. It's that excitement. But if that excitement is fully gone and it's coming from someone else or something else, it doesn't have to be necessarily a person. It could be a hobby that you'd rather do than, you with your wife, or I'd rather be at work. There's plenty of people that legit rather be at work than go home. I just never want to feel like that. I mean, I'd rather be at work when I don't deal with these kids.
That's terrible for you to say.
No, I'll come home to you, but...
Your kids love you. You are crazy. These kids are in love with their dad. Like, when they hear... Adam can't even hear the door shift. And he's just like, Daddy! And he's already running to the door. They get so excited when Patrick gets home. And he's lying. He's full of crap. He loves coming home and them running to him. Like, that's the highlight of his day. For the
first 3 minutes.
Okay.
And after that, let me go back to work.
Oh, okay.
This is for the birds.
Here we go. Anyways, but yes, marriage is hard work in that sense that you have to continue to put in the work to have a healthy marriage and to have a healthy connection. So you got to put in that work. I feel like I said it. I was about to repeat exactly what I said. That's why I just stopped.
Okay, thought we lost you. Hey, tell us what you think.
What are some of the things that you struggle with in your marriage? Yes. And maybe we can have a conversation about it and answer some questions if you guys have any. what's something you find difficult in your marriage, or what is some advice that you can maybe have for us to keep.
And for those who are not married, what is making you afraid to enter into that?
Yeah, because this was a question from single people that are always asking me, what does it mean that marriage is hard work? And it's always single people that ask that question. I think that is some like a fear people have, because it's like, dang, if it's so hard, why do I want to be in it? But honestly, it's if you continue to do the same thing you were doing, like the healthy stuff, let me not say the same thing, the healthy things that you were doing when you were dating, like making your partner a priority and doing the little things that make them smile and giggle or whatever, like that. If you continue to just have that mindset that I'm dating this person forever, then I don't feel like it would be an issue. Like, if you have that mindset, like, I'm gonna continue to date this person for the rest of my life, even through marriage, then I think you'll be just fine.
You'll be good.
But you have to put in that work.
Yes.
The same work that you putting in when you're dating, and you trying to get that person and you're courting them and trying to get them to, see you and want to be with you. You have to put in that same work when you're getting married, or when you are married, to continue to have a successful, happy relationship.
True. So like and subscribe, and tune into our next couple of episodes that are coming up. We're excited about. All right.
Yeah.
Peace.